Hey everyone, how are you? Hope you all are doing good. So, today I'm going to talk about how what we focus on grows. The more energy and attention you give to something, the more it will grow and become a larger part of your life. Be it positivity, negativity, love, hate, competition, rivalry, jealousy, affection, warmth, anything. We have all seen this. Say, for instance, a family is grieving the loss of a loved one. You will see that suddenly weird and unexpected issues start occurring for them. That is because they are grieving and they are not able to focus on the positive aspects of life. Contrary to this, say an individual is looking for a job. So, after finishing his or her degree, eventually he or she will land up a job, and very soon after that, you will see he or she may get engaged. This is because the person is bearing an abundance mindset, a very positive and happy outlook on life, which is why happy events are following in his or her life one after the other. The universe watches our state of being and focuses on our mental state and thinks that is what we want. So, if we continue to be sad, negative events keep on following, and if we continue to be happy, positive events keep on following. Now, every time it is not possible to maintain a positive outlook of life. We all know we have good days and bad days. It is inevitable, it is going to happen to everyone. So, what to do on our bad days? The first step is we need to slow down a little bit on our bad days. The second step is we need to accept what has happened. Acceptance is the key to healing. Once we have accepted what has happened, we can find ways to overcome our grief. I personally isolated myself a bit when I lost my dad. It was too much for me. Initially, I couldn't process it. There was a lot of official work to be done, and the household was not in a very good shape. So, I was in the United States of America and I came back to India. And the very next day, my father passed away. He was in ventilation, and I isolated myself a bit, and then I started reading self development books. The first book I read was A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I didn't even know what I was doing back then, that I was starting my inner work journey, but I would say it changed my life, my outlook on life. So you can always start with the activities which you like to do to get yourself out of the mourning period, or the grieving period. And when I say grieving period, it can be something like a breakup, something like a loss of a loved one, something like a feud in the family, anything which you consider to be a major event in your life. And it will be a turning point in your life eventually. It'll change your perception of life, it'll change um, your perception of yourself and the people around you, and it'll kind of push you towards the purpose of your life. I had heard in one of the podcasts that if you're looking for your purpose, it's probably buried in some pain you've had in your life. Now, it can be childhood trauma, it can be pain you've had in your teenage years, or even in your adulthood. Now, please remember, guys, grieving is very important. Do not just bury yourself in too much work and try to ignore what has happened. Please grieve. Take the time to grieve and take the time to process what has happened, because eventually, if you kind of suppress your emotions, it will come out in some other form and it will not at all be graceful. Isolation is very important as well. I feel even if for 15 days or 20 days, it is kind of important because you need some time with yourself to process your own emotions. Eventually, I reached out to my close friends and I started hanging out with them. Now, one thing is we have to be very careful whom we hang out with when we are going through a not so good phase in our life. And we should not be exposing ourselves to anybody and everybody. We should be protecting our energy because only people who motivate us and who inspire us and who can give us actually beneficial advice for us without having any ulterior motive for themselves are the ones we should spend time with. So choose your friends and well wishers accordingly and be careful who you hang out with. Start focusing on things which add value to your life. For me, I came back home and I started working remotely, and soon after, COVID followed, and the situation was grim worldwide. So I started pursuing my master's. Eventually, with time, I bounced back stronger than ever. So choose any activity which uplifts your soul, which gives you pleasure. Eventually, your confidence will come back to you and your happiness will come back to you. Also, one more point is when we are at our low point, we should focus on the good things in our life. Like when I went back home and started working remotely, I used to focus on the fact that thank God I'm at least with my mom. We can support each other through this tough time and, be with each other through this tragic phase of life. So we should practice gratitude for what we have in the not so good phases of life. Whatever we are grateful for at that moment, we should focus on that. That will eventually shift us out of any negative mindset. Now, healing doesn't happen in one day, it takes a lot of time, and you have to practice self love activities, self care activities each and every day. Healing activities involves maintaining a morning routine, getting good amount of sleep, having more homemade food compared to processed food, and journaling, practicing gratitude daily, and so on and so forth. So take care of yourself and maintain a positive outlook on life no matter how hard life gets. Please remember this too shall pass. It's a temporary phase and good things await on the other side of this hurdle. Signing off. And if you want to see more such vlogs, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.